Chadwick is an amazing actor and we thought would fit perfectly with the MCU.
It was Chadwick Boseman's performance in 42 that really made us take a second look.
You will remember me.
Chadwick he's a really smart, interesting, dynamic guy, and I think he was not overwhelmed, but very surprised and somewhat taken aback by the amount of love. It ceased to become just about how well he inhabited the role and all that stuff. It's become part of our culture just as a symbol.
Even though you made it up the hill, you carry the baggage of rejection with you, but you're here.
Because he is so prepared as an actor, and because his character is sort of flawless on set, it forced the other actors who had scenes with him to kind of raise their game and go, okay, this guy is not taking anything for granted. He's really leaving it all out there.
What doesn't Chadwick bring to the character? I mean, he's regal and grounded, and he brings a gravitas to it. So all of this feeds his T'Challa, and I think he wore the crown with dignity.
Ibombe! Look down over what you conquered and appreciate what God has brought you through.
I've known him since I was about like 17, so I've known him for a really long time back in New York. He did the work, obviously. You know, I just think he did an incredible job being true to the character.
Wakanda forever!
Just warmth and camaraderie came into it, of course, with a great deal of respect for his previous work. So when I looked at him with proud eyes, you know, they were as mother and also as comrade and colleague and Angela. It is your time to be king.
I was on a roll when I entered the system of entertainment. In my first New York audition for a professional play, I landed the lead role. From that play, I got my first agent. From that agent, I got an on-screen audition. It was a soap opera on a major network. With this soap opera gig, I was already promised to make 6 figures, more money than I had ever seen. Once I saw the role I was playing, I found myself conflicted. I was conflicted because this role seemed to be wrapped up in assumptions about us as black folk. It was just my luck that after filming the first 2 episodes, execs of the show called me into their offices and told me how happy they were with my performance. They said, if there was anything that I needed, just let them know. That was my opening. Question number 1, where's my father? The exec answered, well, he left when you were younger, of course. One of the execs pulled out my resume and began studying it. The other exec wore a smile, trying to live up to what they had promised me only a few moments before. She said, as you have seen, things move really fast around here, but we are more than happy to connect you with the writers if you have suggestions. Yeah, I said, that would be great. I said, because I'm doing my best not to play this character like a victim. He slid my resume back in his desk and said, thank you for your concerns. We'll be watching you. I left the office. I shot the episode I had come in to shoot on that day. Probably the best one I did out of the 3 because I got what was bothering me off my chest. I was let go from that job on the next day. A phone call from my agent. They decided to go another way. As the scripture says, I planted the seed and Apollos watered it, but God kept growing.
I mean, Chadwick is just a powerhouse. He's so talented. Every single movie he's made. There's kind of this internal, almost nobility.
The Black Panther has been the protector of Wakanda for generations.
Black man in white baseball.
What you gonna do if one of these pictures throws through your head?
I'll duck.
California, walking with my baby, you got great feet. The long lead, the leg, and he got nothing
to Sure, this soulful actor and so professional, so present. It really gives so much to the other person, and he's awesome. And his presence on set, I think, kind of raises the stakes a little bit for everybody.
The Black Panther has been the protector of Wakanda for generations. A mantle passed from warrior to warrior.
Sometimes you need to feel the pain and sting of defeat to activate the real passion and purpose that God predestined inside of you. I know the plans I have for you. plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Purpose crosses disciplines. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose.